This video clip will show the use of dynamic creation of a data mover job using the example script that's in this document. It's called tdm_template.sh. And right now I'm on the data mover server, and we'll see what we have in the bin directory. And you see we have the dynamic creation script here, template. If you just try to execute it by itself, you will find that it will give you the syntax to use it. And let's briefly look at it's quite a long script, so I'm not going to look into all of it. That is provided at the end of the document, but what I will do is look at the data mover commands that are in it. So let's do a grep on dm inside this script. And you'll see first of all that we define the data mover command, and the first thing we do is stop, because this job by this name may already be running or not finished from some other run, so we want to make sure it's stopped. Then do a cleanup on it. Following the cleanup, we do a delete because it could have a different definition from what you're doing now. We then create it either with a force utility or just create it using the defaults, letting data mover determine the best utility to use itself. And that logic is inside the script. Then we do a start with a sync option, so we'll wait for it to finish. When it's finished, we'll get the status. If it was not successful, we'll get the error, we'll do a cleanup, and then we'll provide more detail output for you to do some diagnostics. So that's how it works. So let's run it. Now remember that we've got a number of options, so we'll do it from Astro to Chile, and we'll again use the TDM database, and this time we'll do PC underscore customers, and we'll do a full table copy, and we'll call this TDM demo as far as a unit of work that can track it. So we'll run that now. That will take a short while to run. It's going to copy that. At the end, it'll produce an echo statement to the screen, so that could be used as input to a script. If this was being called from another script, then you can look at the result and it will tell you whether it was successful or not, and it'll give you some parameter details. All of the details that we'll see echoed out will in fact be provided to an event, a send event that's sent to TMSM, and it will have all the details in, such as the table, the direction, the number of rows copied, and so forth. Once it's finished, we will actually see it turn up in the Teradata viewpoint, TMSM portlet, process health, and in here we'll have a process. We've got a prior one that I've done, which we'll look at right now, and then we'll see the new one come in. So the prior one, which I did yesterday, you see it just has a start and an end, and this one was for a PC periods, which I copied, and it says that it was successful, and the event message in detail is there. If I open that up, you see there's a lot more information. And then we scroll along and we'll see that you got 1,551 rows were copied, which is the size of the table, so we know it's complete and successful. So it just gives you the information you need, so you've got a clean one. So if this were part of an ETL job, at the end of your ETL job, hopefully you would see that copy and it would match the number of rows that you expected to have loaded into that table. So we'll back up here and see whether that next job is shown as completed, which it may or may not. Again, remember, I am using VMs and everything runs a little slower in my environment, including apparently a viewpoint, so bear with me on this. It'll be up in just a moment. There we go. Doesn't seem to have loaded there yet. We'll look at the window that I've got open, and we did get a success. It just hasn't got through the TMSM yet. You'll see here we had success. It was, the job name was PC Customers Astro _ Chile, which is the direction of copy. That's a format that I have elected to use in the TDM _ template.sh script. So you always know the name of the object and the direction of copy. It says there were 32 rows, number of bytes is shown, the duration and the rate, the agent that was used and the utility that was used. So there's a lot of information provided to you as part of this dynamic creation. And now in a few moments I would hope that will also turn up in Viewpoint, and we'll see a new entry in Viewpoint. And we're doing a refresh, I see right now on the screen. Hopefully it'll pop right in there. Well, apparently not. It's still being processed, I guess, by TMSM. So bear with me just a few more moments. We'll see if doing a screen refresh will help at all. Sometimes it will give us a quicker refresh. Looks like Luigi itself is a little on the slow side today. So it still hasn't turned up yet. It will turn up in a moment. We may well see the event itself has turned up, and it just hasn't appeared in the process table. I mean in the process table yet. So if I look in the log viewer, I'll just maximize the log viewer. And we'll look on the events. Still waiting for it to populate this. And we looks like we do have it. Let's scroll up. PC customer was copied. So the event turned up fine. And there's the event message, and there were 32 records, which is very good. So now we go back. Hopefully at this point we should see the application, or rather the process itself, has turned up. Sometimes it takes more patience than I have to wait for all the UIs to process and display. Well, I see PC customer is here. So we can again maximize this to see more of the records. I'll wait for Luigi to respond. And we can click inside here. TDM demo. And we'll see we got a start and an end. And we have success indicated there. And 32 records were copied. So that's the use of the TDM _ template script, and that's for dynamic creation. It can copy any table between any two databases in any direction. So it's a very flexible tool. I like it a lot in all the testing that I do. There are advantages to dynamic versus static, and I detail that in the document. Now if you were going to, I'll go back here to Dirac. If you were just going to use static commands and you just want to run them, then you've created them in the UI. To run it, you just do the start command. As you see here, Data Mover, start, give it the job name, and if you want it to run in the background, you don't care when it finishes, just don't put the -sync. Otherwise you put the -sync, and then you won't get your prompt back until the job has completed, either successfully or failed. You won't get the response back. So that's the end of this video clip. Thank you.